Hello and welcome to the Queen of Coins Tarot. Today we are celebrating the 4th of July and we're pretty excited about that over here. It's the 250th anniversary. We'll be using the After Tarot on the tarot table today. Morocco just won. They had an incredible win. And I think France and Belgium or Paraguay are up next. I'm not sure which. We're going to look today at why the Americans feel like they don't want the Sussex kids, or the Sussex kids should not be around Princess Catherine and Prince William's kids, George, Charlotte, and Louis. And we don't get a voice in this, right? Because we left England, jolly old England, 250 years ago, and so we don't really get to say, but we do have a special insight from knowing California, right? And people have strong feelings about kids, and Link Lauren was talking on Dan Wooten's show this morning, and he was saying, we don't know anything about those Lily and Archie. We don't know if they've had their shots, if they've been socialized, if they're, it's just such a vast difference. And he was being funny. He was being a little silly, but he does have a point that, if there are kids, they've been kept on that compound largely. They're only exposed to their mother, and sometimes Dory when she's not in the doghouse with Megan. Maybe some caregivers. I don't know, we don't even know if those kids are in school. So, we hear that they are, but they could be homeschooled. And this is all allegedly. It's for fun and entertainment. We're just meeting at the fence, having a chat. Welcome, everybody. But that's what we're going to read on today, because we do have a special knowledge of California and California vibes, and why they might not mix so well with royal vibes. Children that have been brought up to understand responsibility, and other children who have been allowed to run around barefoot all the time. Not just, I'm always barefoot, but I don't think I've ever seen a pair of shoes on that child. Maybe once. And I don't know. Every parent raises their kid differently, but why would Americans feel like Catherine and William's children need to be either kept away or actually protected from the Sussex's children, or at least those two branches of the family children should be kept very far apart. Let's see. We're going to do a mini cross. There's a lot of things I want to get a look on today. We'll see. I don't know. We may not have enough time. There's a lot of good soccer, and I know all of y'all are wanting to watch World Cup and Wimbledon and other things. And other news, of course, Serena Williams crashed out big time. So let's just hope that tennis officials don't allow. I feel like younger players that are in shape and have fought all their lives for a ticket, maybe even a British player, could have been taking her spot instead of, mind you, it was a young Aussie girl that beat her in the first round. And her name was, I know it. Oh, well. Anyway, she was just cute as a button. She had reddish hair, and she just kept her composure. Anyway, so congrats to the winner of that match. And Serena had to bug out before she and Venus could play today because she's having knee problems or something. So maybe this time retirement will be final. All right, let's look at this. Why don't Americans want the Sussex kids around the Cambridge kids? What's the energy there? What is going on? For Americans to suddenly feel uncomfortable with the idea of Archie and Lily being around Louis, Charlotte, and George. What's up with that? Can we know what is the real thing that's on our minds? All right, the situation. Sorry, guys. The situation, the cross, the underlying energy, what we're really thinking, the past background, what's the likely outcome. All right, let's see. Okay. Underlying energies are the Five of Pentacles in reverse. They're out. They're done. Americans are kind of like, you know, you left. You shouldn't be in the line of succession. You're not royal. We don't do royalty over here. Also, the Tower in reverse. You're nothing but trouble. You don't know. You don't know the way that they live. You don't know. In a way, it's coming off as treasonous. Like, in a different time and place, this would be considered what Harry and Meghan did for many, many years now is treasonous. And then the Eight of Swords. You just, those kids don't know anything. They will never know anything about growing up royal, but especially this energy is their parents, what their parents did. And there's no way that we can say the Five of Pentacles in reverse, the Tower in reverse, and the Eight of Swords upright. We can't, there's nothing we can say about this that makes this, sorry guys, a better energy for Lily and Archie. We don't know where they came from, what their provenance is, everything's been too murky. It's been too weird. And then their parents left, and Americans are like, why are they even talked about? Okay, so what's the situation? The High Priestess. Too many secrets, and Meghan has just treated this like, you know, she's run the game. You know, if there was a poker game called Meghan, this would be what she's running, right? Is basically, it's the energy is, have you ever watched Oliver Twist? And there was, you know, the kids were taught to steal and whatnot. I'm not saying that Lily and Archie have been taught that at all. Please don't misconstrue that. But the energy is if something's been stolen. Like something's not right with their births. And Americans don't trust that energy. They don't trust Meghan at all. Not one bit. What's the cross? The Queen of Pentacles. This is Catherine and her line. Earth, mother, the coming queen. Catherine's very popular, apparently, in America. And Americans want to see her protected from this. That's a beautiful card. See the rabbit? Can you see the rabbit running? Let me see if I can get this up higher for you. I don't know if that helps. See the rabbit? Oops, my gosh. See the rabbit running? That's what Meghan and Harry did. They ran. And they don't want the kids. They don't want Catherine's line around Harry's line because it's too hidden, it's too murky. What's the underlying energy behind Americans feeling this way. Knight of Wands in reverse. Harry did a bad thing. Harry, oh, and there's a Sphinx back here and the pyramids. Harry just bottled it. He just made a mess. He went off all hot-headed to seek his fortune. But what he did was he took his kids, from an American point of view, out of the line of succession. Meghan is the one who declared Archie and Lily to be prince and princess. She's the one who said that, and Charles's response was, well, if that's what she can call herself that, or she can call the kids that, or whatever. He didn't, because it's almost like, well, she's an actress. I mean, it's her nom de plume if she was a writer. I mean, actresses call themselves different things all the time. And, okay, fine, whatever. But they're never going to be royal. And we know that because they're out in the cold here. What's the subconscious energy? King of Pentacles in reverse. They want William's line protected. You know, this is the second time the King and Queen of Pentacles have come up for me together. Those two have a very strong bond. And there's the castle. Americans want Prince William's and Princess Catherine's children protected from pretenders. I don't know how any other way to put it. They see treason, they see unfairness, they see sleight of hand, they see disrespect, and they know how Californians are. You know, that freewheeling lifestyle with, I mean, the Sussex kids are never going to be taught duty. They're never going to be taken out to be taught duty. I mean, Meghan doesn't really. I mean, she'll make a speech somewhere to self-glorify, but only Harry seems, you know, I mean, that was what he was born to do. But these kids were not, and they will not, because that's not, I mean, Meghan won't even take them to see the king. And if that's not a clear sign that they will never be introduced to royal duties. So there's just no way that they can mix, especially with no one knowing who those kids are for sure, where they came from, and then them leaving in that fiery, explosive, you know, we're going to go make $1 billion. We're going to go do this and that. And off we pop. Those kids are going to be left out in the cold. But that Five of Pentacles in reverse. What's the background of our feelings here? What did Three of Cups. It should have been cooperation. It should have been excitement, celebration, collaboration. Everything could have worked out really well. But for someone who was walked halfway down the aisle by King Charles, or Prince of Wales, Charles then, Meghan has done everything to spit on him. And they are growing up in a more hedonistic way than the Wales children ever will. There's just no comparison. And they wouldn't be comfortable, the Sussex kids. They would have had to have started off without all the ill feelings that their mother and father have engendered and created. What's coming? The Eight of Cups. And there's someone walking away here. There's a choice, an opportunity walking away. Americans are kind of like, you walked away. You blew it. You had the cups. You had everything. You had more than most people will ever have in their lives. And you blew it. You just, like you didn't care, like it was nothing. Imagine meeting the world's most intelligent people, accomplished people. Just put in your mind, imagine being able to meet people like, we'll say, if you just take the acting world, if you were Megan, for example, Judi Dench, or Maggie Smith, or, Hugh Bonneville, any of the accomplished people, and there's such a long list. I'm leaving everybody out. I'm just calling up a couple names. But can you just imagine being able to be in that type of circle and being able to meet these people, and true actors who have acted in the theater, and just saying, not good enough, not good enough. And Americans don't like that. They don't like disrespect. Now, there's a swath of the population that's very liberal and disrespectful, and they'll spit on the flag and they'll do this and that. But most of us here are very appreciative of opportunities, and they think that what more could you have wanted in life than to be able to serve the English people, the Commonwealth, on a global scale. And interestingly, the next card in the underlying energy is the Nine of Wands. You see, he's all bandaged up. He's all beat up because, they left. And the next card is the Four of Cups. It's just being poured out on the ground. Again, that's wasted opportunities for those kids. But they're never going to be able to be royal because of the decision their parents made. And look, they're standing on an ocean or a sea, and there's people getting onto this boat, which looks very much like we sailed over here on 250 years ago, that type. And see, he's juggling back and forth the choice to leave and separate the kids from the family. And Americans are like, that's not the way it's done. It's the royal family. We don't treat, but the closest thing we have to it here are, of course, our presidents. And we tend to leave the children of presidents out of it. We tend to assume that they're not part of the whole thing. Megan's insisting that these kids are part of it. And in the back here, there's a ship just rocking on the waves. You probably can't see it, but it's just rocking away. And decisions have consequences. Americans want those kids, the Wales children, protected. They want them separated. They don't know where. That's just truly unfortunate energy. But it all comes down to the High Priestess being crossed by the Queen of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles on top, that's William. This is Harry on the bottom. It should have been about celebration and coming together, but it turned out to be wasted. And as far as Americans can see, they shouldn't even be in the line of succession, much less. We don't do prince and princesses over here, so it doesn't mean anything to us, except in the terminology of royal families around the world. We do get that, right? We do appreciate the work that the royal families, we understand soft diplomacy, right? And we loved the Queen. She has her detractors, blah, 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 but we loved the Queen. You can't love somebody that has served that many years with dignity. You cannot help but love them. They don't appreciate the way that the Queen was treated, Philip was treated, and they see no reason without them being raised the way, I mean, Charlotte and George are already serving. Louis will in time, but he's awfully young now. They just don't see it. So with these underlying energies, Americans are more like protect those children. And I just think it's fascinating that there's Harry here, William here, Meghan here, crossed by Catherine. This feels so much like her 3 children, Catherine's 3 kids. And the crying over spilt milk and somebody walking away. This is just, to me, this is fascinating energy. But anyway, that is a look at why Americans feel, apparently, that the Wells children should be protected from the Sussex kids. I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you did, please like, subscribe, tell a friend. And I will see you tomorrow on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.